We just announced our first clean room partnership today. We are a huge believer in it. We've been playing in this retail media space and data sharing space really since 2016. We were one of the first ones to start talking to a couple of the big retail media networks about it. And now we're so excited. We feel like clean rooms is really just a super safe, compliant, flexible way for publishers like us to share exposure data and for retailers to share their consumer data in a really data-driven, privacy-compliant way. So we're thrilled that it seems to be picking up steam this year, and we are continuing to announce integrations with different clean rooms throughout this year.
So what kinds of use cases are you enabling through clean room environments?
So I'll give you a super specific one with an early partner. We have had a strategic relationship with Target and with their media network Roundel since, again, 2016. And they heard loud and clear from their CPG partners, their suppliers, their vendors, we want to know where our dollars go, who's buying us, what ad dollar is a dollar well spent. Target realized we have huge wealth of first-party data on our site. We have millions of visitors. We can come up with some pretty interesting margins separate from selling things on shelves if we sell ad space. But when we sell out of ad space, what's next? When we fill all those owned and operated ad slots. And that's where we have about 80-90% match rates with big retailers like Target, because banners are shoppers. So we said, hey, you can send them off platform to us. You'll have this high match rate. You'll still get targeting, like data fee from the brand. The brand will get unprecedented closed loop reporting. They'll see exactly who was exposed to an ad on Pinterest and then who bought something on Target, and you can make sure that ad really did something. So everyone wins, I think.
So I want to make sure I get it.
Yeah.
Insights and measurement, is it also an activation play, or is it primarily the insights on the front end and the measurement on the back end?
Right now, we're really focused on the first party audience matching and then the closed loop reporting. You could see a space, that's the beauty of clean rooms. We also partner separately with multi-touch attribution partners. You could see a world where some of that modeling and that work is done in a clean room. It's really, I think the flexibility of the space means that there's a lot of different things and a lot of, pushing first-party audiences to the platform via the clean room. A lot of different things can be done there, and we're just scratching the surface.
Well, that leads to my next question, which is around maturity. So, not something we'd been talking about 2 years ago. In general. Now, something everyone is talking about. Very buzzy, but that doesn't mean that the space is a mature one.
Yeah.
So, kind of, how would you rate the relative maturity of?
It's a great
understanding,
question.
Adoption.
Yeah. Early days, I think. I mean, I remember some of our clients whiteboarding for us a few years ago what this clean room could look like. And at the time, Google had clean room type spaces, some of the really big behemoths and walled gardens. But there's questions about, do you want to go into a proprietary clean room like that, or do you want someone that's more of a third-party neutral one? So we're really bullish on that. I think people are just starting to understand the landscape and who are the top partners. There's so many, and I don't think we're going to see every partner, every major retailer picking the same partner. There's going to be a lot of good solutions there. Eventually, I'm sure there will be consolidation, but right now it's early days, and we're hearing left and right consistently about 5 clean room partners that are all doing good, interesting things and putting their own spin on it. So very early days, and a lot of conversations about start from the beginning. What data do I put in there? What data do you put in there? What are the controls on queries, data export, making sure everyone's very comfortable with the safety. And that's good and healthy. I think everyone's being very clear to know what they're doing before kind of leaping in, because it's data and it's consumer privacy and we have to get that right.
No, I mean, you're leading me to ask a question I hadn't intended to ask, which is, what were you looking for, or what do you look for in potential clean room partners? So essentially, it's a little bit of a what actually constitutes a clean room question, and what does it? Because there is a lot of buzz and a lot of noise.
There's a big question of officially what's a clean room. A clean room really is just a safe environment where you can port data in from multiple partners and then cut it. Have your data analytics people use different keys to access the subsets of data that you have the right to. So I think of it literally as a space, like a room. A lot of people purport to be one. I think we're getting savvier at the definition, but what I'm hearing, my driver is demand from our advertising partners. And if they say, we like this clean room for one reason or the other, it's usually about things like flexibility, how do you port data in and out, who owns the data, who can see the data, things like, is there a cloud layer over it that makes it more interoperable and portable? After you get past the initial safety, which I think a lot of partners can do, then it's more about fluidity in the future, as well as pricing too. So there's a lot of different conversations, and I think we'll get better and better at thinking about what that consideration grid is and prioritization grid is based on what our advertisers need.
Well, that is interesting. So you actually found that your advertisers were coming to you and saying, this is something that we want as a collaboration tool with you to be in place?
It's a good question. Some have come very proactively to us, which kudos to them. We have some very deeply thought leadership, partners. I think others, we kind of said at Pinterest, we're 450 million users, 445 to be exact, but we're smaller than Google and Meta and other partners playing in this space. So we always said our strategy is to be the easiest to work with and the most performant off-platform partner. If you think about that, we really want to prove that we work. We know we work. Every single time we run a measurement study in any capacity, we drive incrementality, we drive ROAS. So a clean room became a really attractive way for us to keep sharing that without sending impression files or exposure files externally in a environment where we just don't feel comfortable doing that going forward with so many safety changes. So we started being pretty bullish about it as well and saying we want to give you the data. We do not want to be the bad part of a walled garden that hoards data. We want to share and collaborate in ways that haven't been done before, but we have to agree on this common ground where we can do it safely.
So speaking of common ground, do you look for collaboration opportunities with other media platforms, with other environments to make it even easier for brands to think cross-platform?
It's a great question because if Target or Walmart or Lowe's or anyone else can come to us, Albertsons, and say, we're going to put our data in this one clean room, we want Pinterest to put their data in, but then all of the other partners they work with aren't putting their data in the same clean room. The whole point is to compare apples to apples and really look cohesively across the off-platform landscape. So that's why our strategy is to partner with many clean rooms. We want to be a neutral Switzerland. If you meet our security requirements and our integration specs, we will partner because we want the brands to feel empowered to put their data in whatever space they're convincing other partners to put it in. And eventually it should flow more freely. We don't want to hold the data hostage. That's old school. That's what, we did, I think, in Media 1.0 and Media 2.0. This is the third wave, and let's get it right and share data really safely. But I want to earn it. If you are spending your off-platform RMN dollars with Pinterest, I want it to be because we are the best performing platform for you.
Interesting. So I'm trying to decide, the 3.0 thing is probably more true than people appreciate because we have lived in this world where it was about brand as centralized holder of data, partners sending data to brand.
Yes.
In the form of a DMP, for example, in the kind of early digital days. And now we're talking about a world of decentralization and federation without actually porting data.
Yeah.
I feel like that's a big mindset shift.
Totally.
Don't you think?
Oh, my early days at Pinterest, I remember it was verboten to think that we could get sales data from a retailer. That was asking for, the keys to the kingdom. They would never trust us. They would never trust a platform. And with the advent of all of these data privacy rules, we've realized it's not a bad thing to share data if you do it the right way. The bad thing is spending millions and billions of dollars on advertising and not knowing what works. And with third-party cookies, the iOS changes, everything else, you have to get a little more comfortable sharing with partners you didn't used to share with, or else you're not going to figure out which way is up. So I think it's been a really fun shift in the landscape. It's uncomfortable. And we're all about testing. If you want to put a little subset of your data in here and get really comfortable with why it's safe and secure and no one is stealing, copying, taking your data in any way that it shouldn't be used, that's great. We love doing that because it is a real mindset shift to do this.
So what are you excited about for 2023 in this space?
So many things. I think in clean rooms we're at that 1.0 version. We will figure out ROAS. We can do that all in early 2023. I'm really excited to get into incrementality. Pinterest has a history of proving that we drive not just sales, but incremental sales. We're not a tax. We're not someone you click, someone clicks on an ad before they were going to buy anyway. We change minds. People come with intent. They don't know what exactly they want to buy. They want a new winter wardrobe. And then we help brands connect with them to guide their decisions. So I'm really excited when the clean rooms will start showing that incrementality, and I think that's a game changer for us and for the brands spending their hard-earned dollars. They need to spend carefully.